And then explosion. That was fun. We just blew up a wolf. Welcome back, everybody, to more Gordian Quest. My name is Gordian. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for watching. In this episode, which is episode 6, we're going to be starting another run after my quick and ridiculous beatdown I received in the last run at the very end there, where I just suddenly sort of got my ass handed to me. So we're going to start another new game here. We're going to start a quick run. And this time I'm going to take a few new heroes. Now, in the interest of having somebody in the front who can guard, I think we're still going to take Lucius, just so I have somebody like simple I can use. We might take this veteran, and I'll show you why. I think we're going to take veteran because of the bleed. Could also do duelist because he's got a lot more guarding. And then, like, thorns, so he returns damage. Maybe we'll do the duelist. That actually seems pretty fun, and we can build him decks. So let's take Lucius as the duelist. And then we're going to take two characters that you haven't seen yet. So let's take Pierre. So for our second character, I think we're going to take Pierre. And I want to do, like, evocation stuff. So you'd think that there would be a deck about that, like one of these three, but it's actually... not the case. It's actually that you've got some chill here. You've got some ice damage. But for the most part, like, this Force Mage is more like physical damage. Like, he's shooting magic missiles and stuff. Conjurer is doing, like, physical damage because he's summoning, like, swords and guarding and stuff, which is pretty cool. So it's actually Spellbinder that has the burn and that kind of stuff in it. So we're going to take the Spellbinder deck because I want to play with, like, fire. So I think that'll be really fun. So we'll confirm Pierre with the Spellbinder deck. And then for our third hero, I want to take Ida, or Ida. I don't know what her name's supposed to be. And she can be built Primal, Raw Fighting Power and Transformation, Elemental, Mastery of the Elements of Nature, or Animal Kinship, Summoning, and Synergy with the Familial Animals of the Wild. So you can see her Druid deck, she's got a little bit of everything. She's got some range damage with some bleed. She's got some melee attacks with some bleed. She's got dodging, and this is cool, a tackle that does a whole bunch of damage. Close range means it can only target something pretty close in the lane. Forest Defender is going to give her, like, transformation. So here's, like, leaping, like she evokes, like, some sort of animal's power. Seismic abilities. Here she's, like, headbutting somebody, so that's pretty cool. Whoops. Forest Seer, we've got elemental damage. So here we have target a random cell 5 times, apply 1 shock if a unit's on the cell. If a shock stack is consumed, draw a temporary thunderbolt card. So that's pretty cool. So she's she can summon a hawk here. So she's sort of like calling in the elements with a little bit of animal stuff. And then we've got the Forest Guardian here to summon, like, a bear, a wolf, and then she can, like, shift her allies around, give them guard, and she can heal 2 HP on a target, plus 5 more, so 7 if it's a Soul Link beast, so if it's one of her, like, spirit animals. So we might go with the spirit one. I do like summoning stuff. That's pretty fun. So something I forgot to do in the last run is I actually talked about the artifacts, but I didn't actually put any of them in the slots, which was kind of stupid. So what we want to do is we click on this slot here, and then we can add any of these cards in there. So here's a +1 fire resist. Rolling sockets requires less parts. We're not using Catherine. We are using Pierre. Field ability nullify. I don't know what that does. So let's take it and we'll find out. And our second one, I think we might take the dodecahedron. Rolling a 20 on the dice in an event challenge grants you 1 fate. That's pretty cool. So those are our artifacts we're going to take, and then we're going to move on. Now, I think we'll do normal again, just because, I mean, I already got my butt kicked, so let's go ahead and do normal, and we will start. So, we have the Tempest Sanctum, 16 renown, length 9. Enemies resist physical damage, contains 2 realm bosses to pick from. Howling Valley, enemies have 15% increased maximum HP, party loses 3 supplies when entering the realm. Or the Nether Province. Area contains quicksand. Nodes have a chance to have chilling ground terrain. I think we take this one, the harder one. Get the most renown. Okay. Sorry about the strength of the music on the menu screen. It's so much softer in here. So yes, our main quest is just to progress through these realms. Let's take a look at what our boss is going to be. So all the way down here, and we have an ancient defender, and he has a sprite brood, an attack construct, and a tomb fiend, a defense construct. That's pretty interesting. Don't remember that boss. I don't know if I've seen that one yet. So back up to the top, we have a campsite right away. That's not very helpful. There's some negatives here. Party side of the field is trapped. Rock pillars. Rock pillars. Okay. So if we headed down, I do want these. Unfortunately, a lot of the good stuff is after this campsite, but I don't want to waste my time. Oh, it's a lot of money. But I can't afford to do that. Party gains 5 supplies. We did lose supplies upon getting here, so actually this would be a good direction to go right here. One thing I want to do really quickly before we move on here is I want to take a look at the ranges of the cards we have available here. So we have actually melee, so this is more like a cone of fire, like kind of a close range attack. Or actually it looks like he kind of grabs them. This is okay, spell ranged. This is close range. Okay, so Pierre is actually relatively close range, which is pretty interesting. So being in the mid row is good for him. Now let's check on Ida here. She has a javelin hurl, summons. So yeah, she's probably good being in the back here. Or in the middle, actually. I think if she's in the back, she would struggle to hit things with the javelin because she'd only be able to hit like the front area. So I think she'll be good in the middle there. So we do have a potion. I don't know why you start with a potion, sir. Let's give one to Ida. And we have our artifacts, we have our supplies, and our fate. No synergies. Okay. So let's head back over to the map. I think we'll go this way. And we'll get started with our first fight with our new characters. Lucius will play completely differently now because of this different deck that he has, which is pretty exciting. Okay, we've got, right off the bat, we've got one of these big scary Wendigo thingies. So it's going to do some damage to Pierre. Now we have quick traps on this side. Trap 1 cell applies 1 root and 10 vulnerable. So we definitely don't want that. That's 10 extra damage next time we're hit. So Lucius is here. Now this character, if we move over, cannot hit anything. So we might want to move Lucius into the way and then give him shift 1 forward and into the lane of the target. Deal 9 damage. Oh, if only he was here. So unfortunately, let's see if Pierre has defense. He's got a 7 guard. Gain 5 guard. So he can actually block this. Okay, that'll work. So here we're just going to go ahead and put a dodge on. That's perfect. Exactly the 6 damage there. This is 9 damage. 9 damage. We could have just killed it. Whoops. So Ida, summon a bear or a wolf. So I wonder what the offensive support pet, an offensive tank pet. So let's summon the offensive wolf pet here. He's got pretty small health, but he's going to do 7 damage, which is not too bad. Repeating 7. Here's our heal, and we have a dodge, which we might as well use. Get some SP for using it. Our wolf's going to go. He rolled pretty good initiative. Makes sense. Now Pierre's turn. Now Pierre needs to double up on shield, so we can apply a burn. And then we can flame shield. We get a little bit extra defense because he's got a burn on him. And then we'll do a quick bear. Now, let's look at burn really quickly. So burn stores 5+ strength modifier as burn damage per stack. So Pierre's strength modifier is +1. So that means that it's 5. Whoops. It is 5 + 1. So 6 damage per stack. At 4 stacks, consume the stacks, trigger the stored damage, and apply 1 burn to adjacent units. So that means that when there are 4 stacks of burn, that will be 6 times 4 is 24 damage. So once it gets to 4 stacks of burn, it will expend, dealing 24 flame damage to this character, and then triggering 1 burn stack on adjacent enemies. Now, I don't know if that's only cardinal directions or if that includes like everything around it. I'm not 100% sure on that, but it's a complicated way of saying that it's storing some damage until it gets to the maximum stacks, and then it sort of explodes. You can actually see up there it says 1 effect stored 6 flame damage. So that's pretty cool. Now, if he takes ice damage, it's removed. So it's a good thing that Pierre doesn't have like both ice and fire damage in here, because that would not work very well for us. So with Pierre, we want to be attacking the same enemy as much as we can to trigger those burn stacks, especially like a powerful enemy with lots of health. His burn stacks are kind of wasted on small enemies, so if we can give it to enemies with big health, we can expend that big explosion. And when possible, we want to do it on an enemy that's also adjacent to other enemies so we can trigger that burn, although that's not a super important part of this. So the spider's going to guard up a little bit. Wendigo's going to swipe, but it doesn't get to do the bleed because the guard blocked it. That's where the spell effect Potent comes into play. So if a card says Potent on it, exactly, right here. So that means that it doesn't matter how much guard I have, the 4 vulnerable is going to go on the character. So you can see that last attack he used had the 9 damage and the bleed, but Pierre had enough guard to block the damage, so he did not get a bleed stack. This potency means that he will get this vulnerable no matter what. We can't block it with anything. So, okay, we have, thorns. So we could slash. And then we probably want to scoot over into the way here and then put on a 7 guard and 3 thorns. Now, Ida's turn. So we can shift an ally. The ally gains 4 guard. If the ally is a Soul Link beast, move it to any cell. So we could actually move this character to any cell, which is pretty cool. Wall of Thorns gains 7 guard and 6 thorns. It's a channeled spell. Oh, I didn't realize she had channel abilities. That's cool. Gain 14 critical, draw 1. Hurl Javelin, so we could do a little bit of damage and some bleed. Or we can do a heal. Heals more on our beast than on anybody else. I'm going to pause and turn the music down just a little bit. Okay, that should be a bit better. Music's really cool. Very epic, but a little bit too loud. Okay, so what do we want to do here? We don't have a whole lot of offensive options here for this turn. This character takes extra physical damage, it looks like, and extra flame damage. Well, that sucks for you guys, because that's exactly what we all do. So 6 damage is going to come through here. The Spiderling actually goes before the Wendigo. So the Wendigo will not get a chance to put the vulnerable on Lucius before the spider hits him. So we actually have enough block that we don't have to put any more block out this turn. So all we want to do here is just use damage attacks. So what do we want to do here? I can give myself critical. Now I can chuck this javelin and kill this spider off, actually. Wolf's turn. Wolf's going to attack the Wendigo. Got a couple stacks of bleed on it now. Looks like the wolf applies bleed. I must have missed that. Can I look at your hand? Oh, you know what? Bleed goes up when you take physical damage or move. Okay, interesting. So she can get some bleed on them, and then her companions can increase that, as well as Lucius, actually. So if Ida would be good to have even more speed than everybody else to get that bleed on there first, but that's sort of a secondary thing since she's mainly going to be about bringing these animal companions in. So back to Pierre here. We've got some flaming grasps. Flaming grasp. Draw 2, keep 1, discard the others. Well, that doesn't really matter, so let's just do a quick barrier, and we'll just pass. So you can see, I'm pretty sure this orange bar is stored damage. So there's like a bunch of damage stored on them, but it doesn't really matter until we expend it, which we won't get a chance to do because we're just going to kill it. Okay, first battle down. About halfway to the next level. Hopefully we can do a harder battle and level up next time. Let's head on down here. Party gains 5 supplies, so we'll consume 1 to get here, and then we'll go back up to 20, which is cool. All right. So we're going to get a curse if we go that way, which I don't really want to get 2 curses. What are these things? Shrine. restore 1 fate, modify the world around you. Well, that would be really fun to go that way, but I can't afford to skip over all these battles. And also, each character would have 2 curses for this fight, which would suck. So maybe we go this way. This has a party is blessed with 4 vigil. I don't actually know what that means. We'll find out when we get in there. And area contains rock pillars to get in our way. That's not a horrible thing for us, though, because they can block the enemies as well. So let's go ahead and travel over here. Okay, so we have a single powerful enemy and a bunch of rock pillars. So this big scary thing here, the Brine Mutant, which is a Wendigo, takes extra fire damage, so that's good. He has Thorny. On round start, gain X thorns. So he's going to gain 2 thorns every turn. So we're going to reflect damage. So I believe that Lucius's generates plus 30% guard for the next 4 instances. Well, that's perfect because we need a bunch of guard right now because he's going to do a bunch of damage. So this is grab, deal 9 damage, apply 6 enfeeble and close range. So enfeeble is deal 30% less damage for the next X rounds, which is not great, but Lucius is going to be our defender in this battle at least. And he also is going to do a rush, move to the front row, deal 6 damage to any frontmost target in the lane. Okay. So he's just going to basically do 15 damage here. So we will go ahead and guard up again here. We actually have more thorns than you. We're better at that than you are. And then we could do a critical. We'll take a little bit of damage. I think we'll do it because we won't get below our guard threshold that we need. It's pretty good opening damage there. Do we want to take 2 more? Yes. Oh, we used up the thorns, actually. So let's summon a bear. The bear, apply up to 1 aggro every time damage is dealt. Aggro forces unit to target the source of this status. So the bear is going to hit things and make them come after the bear. Bear doesn't have that much health, though, but at least it can still sort of redirect attacks if we have trouble blocking them. And she can heal them up and give them guard and stuff. So let's give ourselves some critical. Draw a card. Now, we didn't draw anything we can throw or anything, so we'll just pass. Okay, now we've got Flaming Grasp, Flaming Grasp. Okay, Shocking Touch. Now, this one can only target close things, so we can't hit him with this. And then we'll just guard. He hurt himself on the thorns. The bear is attacking the rock pillar. That's it's not really what I needed. Okay, gain 7 guard and draw a card. So now if we hit him, we'll shift into the lane and deal the damage here. He's going to do a lot of damage, so we want to kill him this turn. Apply 2 burn on consumed, deal damage equal to 100% of stored burn damage. So how much is... Okay, a lot. It was a lot. He literally exploded. Oh, damn it. They're so close, I bet, to leveling. We got hand wraps. 6% increased dexterity. Okay, well, we can put that on Lucius. That's not too bad. Skill point from leveling. We can go over to heroes and give him these gloves. Now, this probably won't actually change his stats. Did it change his stats? Now, 6% isn't enough to do anything. But if we had any more of those, that would be good. So, Lucius, what do we want to get with him? If he's going to be our main tank, we might want to give him some extra health. Since he's going to be the one taking a lot of the pain in the front here. So let's head back to the map. I actually want to see how close. 2 experience. 1 experience. Oh my god. You have to be kidding me. What? That's 0.1% needed to level. Oh my god. So I've just noticed that we have this down here, nullify, removes a random bane from the targeted node. So that is Pierre's field effect. So if you remember, we took this artifact. Where is it? Pierre gains access to field ability nullify. Now field abilities, I remember these from the campaign. There are abilities you can use on the map to affect things, and then I think these refresh after you camp. So this is something we could do, like, you know, if we don't want to deal with some of these, like area contains difficult terrain. That's not too bad. Anything really bad around here? Chilling ground. You know, we'll use it when we get closer to something we don't want to deal with, but it's cool that we have access to that ability now. So let's head on down to this event. Climbing over a ridge, you spot some bulbous cacti sitting out in the wild. You've heard of a variety of cactus that contain a particularly nourishing inner sap, but this might just as likely be the kind that leaves you with an upset tummy. We can investigate, good outcome 50%, bad outcome 50%, or move on, add a node modifier, party blessed with 4 might, but also another node, or maybe the same node, will be area occupied by beasts. Let's investigate. The sap is extremely refreshing. You feel invigorated and tireless. Did we probably gained something, but I'm at full, so it didn't matter. Got it. Okay, forge. All right, hello, sir. I will buy your supplies. I will buy some incense, like a bunch of them, because I like doing the nodes. And then I don't know that I want to buy any of the rest of this stuff. When in battle, gain 5 armor. When used, recover 3 AP. When used in battle, adds grit to your hand. When used outside of battle, restores 2 HP. Discard a card, gain 4 HP, expend. Medicinal leaf. Let's grab a couple of those just in case. Especially since Ida is a less effectual healer than Catherine was. Go ahead on in here and we'll give equipment, give you a leaf, and we'll give Pierre a leaf. There we go. Okay, so we can return to the shop. Do we want anything else? I don't think so. I don't think we want anything, so let's go ahead and leave. Yep, we're done. Thank you, sir. So we probably want to go and do this harder fight here. Our area contains difficult terrain, so let's go ahead and use this ability. There we go. So we got rid of the difficult terrain, especially because with all these wolves, they probably shift around a lot. We want to be able to move around. So this will be a little bit tough. There's a bunch of enemies, and one of them is Gut Teeth, the dire wolf. I like how the loading screen shows the characters you're currently using. Okay, we're faster than our enemies. Wow, you're very fast, Lucius. So let's take a look at that. What is everybody's initiative? 14, 10, 13. So we may want to give Pierre a little bit of initiative just so he doesn't fall behind any of the enemies. Oh, it's one of those man-wolf things that's pretty strong. A werewolf, sorry. I don't know why I didn't say werewolf. You are going to apply poison. You're going to gain might. So we may want to shift. Oh, we can lunge. Gain thorns. Gain thorns. We could finish this guy off. Should have done that first. Oh well. That's a lot of guard. Alright, Ida. No creatures. No attacks. So let's gain Eyes of the Wolf. We did not, unfortunately, draw anything we can do, so we'll just put this on. And just stand here. Pierre's turn. Okay, we've got a Shocking Touch, which we can't reach. Flame Shield. Discard up to 2 random spell cards. Gain channel for every card discarded. What do we channel? Oh, channel spell potent. Oh. Huh. Alright. So we got Explosion is now free. This was a terrible turn. I accomplished nothing. Okay, more wolves. Here's the mini boss. Gut teeth. Thorns, thorny. Might. Okay, so there's a lot of damage coming in here. You can't hit anybody. Strong blow, but there's no one in the way, so we can ignore him if we need to. This one is going to hit Ida, so we got to be careful here. With 14 damage coming in, we may want to just guard. Yeah, we'll just guard up. Uh-oh. I didn't realize he was... What happened? Oh, she hasn't lost her guard yet from last turn. Oh, excellent. Gain 3 channel, apply 1 root to self. That's interesting. Flaming grasp. Oh, it's not his turn. My bad. What am I doing? Summon a wolf. Summon the bear. Let me summon the wolf. And then we'll chuck a javelin at... oh, we've got thorns here. So let's not hit this one. Let's do this now. I want to see if it spreads the burn over here. It did. Okay, so adjacent enemies includes the diagonal. Cool. Might as well get this channel now. May be able to use it next turn if we draw one of those cards again. His wolves are trying to get through all of our guard. So he did hurt himself on the thorns, our wolf pup here. Bleed out. Oh. Each stack adds 4+ strength modifier damage to any hit received. Reduced by 1 receiving heal. So he's currently bleeding out every time he receives a hit. Okay. So we have a lot of damage coming in. So we could, if we could kill something, that'd be great. Who's next here? This one's next. Going to do a fair bit of damage to our friend. Who may then kill himself on the thorns. So that'll be a little sad unless we can heal him. We did get the heal card, so we will be able to heal him up. Pierre will go before these ones, but it looks like we won't be able to kill anything off. So it looks like Lucius needs to have a defensive turn here. We don't have another defense card, so we may take a little bit of damage if we can't kill one of these off here. Okay, our wolf's in a little bit of trouble. That's alright, we're going to go ahead and give +7 health here. Perfect, back up to where it was. And we could hurl a javelin or summon a bear. If we summon a bear, they'll actually take this hit because now it's closer. It's actually in the lane. So now he's actually got the perfect amount of defense here. Draw some aggro anyway. Pierre's turn, so Pierre can just do a little bit of fire here. Don't have much else to do, so we're just gonna guard up a couple times. Bit of a slow fight, isn't it? But I do like it when it's like this. It feels like I have more of a chance to sort of strategize. We've got some movement. This one's going to hit really hard here. And if one kills it, the next card will probably target Ida, so we have to be careful. The other thing we could do is shift over and then try to take all that damage here. Like put up, actually, yeah, a fair amount of guard here. So actually, let's shift with the wolf. Let's parry, on guard, dodge. So now it's going to hit itself on the thorns. And we won't use this because we used up an SP. We do a little bit of damage, but we gain that critical, which is kind of a waste when we don't have any other attacks coming. So we'll just Actually, wait, who's going next? Oh, this one's going next. Oh, shit. It's a good thing I did that. Should have paid attention to the initiative. Okay, Ida. You can heal at that range. That's cool. But no one's going to hit the bear, so we might as well heal the wolf. I wish I could give this to my wolf. But I don't think I can, so let's just heal the wolf. Can I leave you where you are and just give you some guard? Yes. Cool. Gain 40. Okay, so we'll just dodge. Alright, this bear's just fucking up this wolf over here. Oh, our wolf killed somebody off. Okay, cool. Alright, Pierre's turn. Can't use Shocking Touch again. Explosion. Consume. Apply 2 burn. Okay, okay, okay. So if we do this card here, and then Explosion. That was fun. We just blew up a wolf. Gain 2 channel. Ranged attack, a leap, but he's just gonna target the bear a couple of times. Can we protect our bear? No. We can give 4 armor, but that's it. That's not enough because I only have 9 health. I'll survive 1 hit though. So that's okay. That's okay. I mean, it is a tank minion. I'm concerned about lunging. Okay, we've hurt ourselves on the thorns. Shift back with the wolf. Just go back to where we started. Okay. Uh-oh. Oh, Pierre. I didn't think through that combat round very well, did I? 14 critical. And now we can throw this javelin for pretty big damage here. There we go. He just grabs the wolf and sets it on fire. Oh no, you guys are close to leveling again? What did we get? Augur's Orb, some gold, a AP potion, a sword, +1 rank to a random attack skill in hand on battle start. Okay, that's pretty cool. That's a pretty cool effect. And we have a legendary amulet, Visil's Chronometer. It grants Accelerant. Accelerant AP cost is reduced by 1. Gain 1 haste after removing 6 cells, +1 intelligence. Apply 3 haste and 2 root to self. And haste is +1 max AP for the next X rounds. What is happening? So it makes you really, really fast, but you can't move? Okay. Pick one. Oh, I have to pick one. Well, honestly, this is nonsense, so I think I'm just going to take the sword for Lucius. Here, have a sword. Okay. How close are you guys to leveling? It's pretty close. Okay. So, skill grid. You desperately need some max health because your regular health total is garbage. I want you to go faster. Okay, so we can get a lot of gold. If we go this way, we will get cursed. But we could go to the portal and then... Oh, we might as well just go to this and this, though. Yeah, because we want to do a bunch of fighting so we can get stronger before the boss. So I think we'll go here. All right, there we go. Mostly healed up. Travel here for zombies. Okay, so we've rolled. Now, they're not super fast, except for this one. It's a weirdly fast zombie. Okay, but we are actually, whoa, we were way over time, so I got to call this episode to a close here. Join me for the next episode. We'll actually do this combat, and then we've got a whole bunch of combats coming up next. So, yeah, thank you everybody so much for watching. Please consider liking and subscribing. I hope you're enjoying this game, and I will see you for the next episode.